Hello, YouTubers. Mercy Watts once again. Um, just letting you guys know that I'm gonna be upgrading the brain of the Inwin chopping Japan. Uh, Build that I did about a year ago or so. This is the new brain I'm gonna be installing in there. It's the Ryzen 7 5700G. The G stands for graphics. I believe it employs AMD Radeon graphics. So yeah, just barely got this guy right now, and I haven't even opened it yet. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to try to video for you guys the installation, probably the removal of the board and the installation. I won't be doing it today because I'm waiting for an SSD, M.2 SSD that I ordered. That I'm gonna upgrade the storage as well. What's gonna happen with that build is that I'm going to be putting a new brain, a new cooler. I'm gonna leave the black. Everything is gonna be there black. I'll remove the RGB as to create less heat. Not that it really matters, really. It doesn't do that much like people think. This is my baby girl's watch, but I stole it off her. Yeah. So I'm gonna open this guys, for you right here. Just letting you know, this is the Noctua NH-L98 AMD4 Chromax Black. This coolers, you can pretty much call this an unboxing of the cooler and the demo of the brain. The brain that the Inwin chopping or Chopin or whatever that thing is called, I'm gonna just call it the Inwin. It's 2400G, I believe. So this is like a huge, let's see, step up. Come on. AMD Ryzen 7 5700G. So this is like a huge.
Mira, me trajo esta carnita con tortillas recién hechas, la viejita.
No, cómetela tú.
Está buena.
Yo sé, pero esto lo voy a postear en el. That was my mom, sorry. Sorry about that. Mom was offering me some food. You know, moms are cool. They're the best. We need to take good care of them. So yeah, I'm gonna make certain that I'll video record pretty much the upgrade. I really bypassed a whole bunch of upgrade CPUs. I went from I'm going from a 2400G. It used to be, after that I think it was a 32 something G, and then after that it was like the 40, I don't know, 40 some G. And then the 50 something, now it's the 57G. I don't know. So it's like a whole bunch of upgrades that I bypassed. So I'm expecting to see a lot of improvement, hopefully, especially with Grand Theft Auto. I have Grand Theft Auto in there, and it's not modded or anything like that due to the fact that Rockstar keep bringing my mods down, and I just got fed up with them messing with my trees, and I can get any car I want, anything like that. But then what's the storyline, I believe if you wanted, you could have that thing modded. But I understand going online and messing with the people there. But I don't do that. All I do is what my baby girl does. Just go in there, have fun, and look at the foliage, I guess, or whatever that thing is called, the trees, and just for the scenery, eye candy, really. That's what it all matters. But yeah, this Ryzen 7 right here from AMD is gonna be the 500 series. Oh crud! Hold on. Is that motherboard will be able to even support this guy? I may have to upgrade the motherboard, guys. So I don't know. Oh dear me. I thought it was for the 400 series that rock stick, I believe is called, from Asus. But anyways, it don't matter to me. If I need to upgrade the motherboard, I'll do that, and then hopefully I'll RGB the logo this time, since I'm taking the RGB out of this. To be honest, I want to keep the RGB fan going in there, but he's just a little bit louder than this guy, and this guy, Noctua really makes this little ridges here. I don't know what they call it, little, you know, wind noise cancellation ridges or something like that, and he makes the fan quieter. And why would I want to have a build that is gonna annoy the bejesus out of me when all I build it so it's like a home theater PC slash light gaming. But for what I've seen in certain reviews for this AMD Ryzen 7 5700G, is that the graphics on this guy, they're freaking awesome. So people are getting good results on playing 4K videos and high rich media out of streaming sites like Netflix, Hulu, YouTube, and I believe that's pretty awesome. So my advice to you guys is build something like this with this AMD Ryzen 7 5700G CPU with an APU built into it or something like that, with this graphics right here, and have yourself an awesome home theater PC, and you guys will thank yourselves for doing that. And with this cooler right here, meant for AMD, yeah, this cooler is meant for the AMD. God, why doesn't it? Got the little plate down there. That's pretty nice. So yeah, I think it's gonna be awesome. And it comes with this quiet, makes it quieter even furthermore. So it kind of, it's not like a, people think like an extender or nothing like that. It actually has some sort of circuit in there. It could be a resistor or what? Nah, whatever it's called. The thing about it, it has a circuitry in there, whether it be a resistor, maybe a small cap or whatever. And that guy makes the fan go slower even furthermore, regardless to what the CPU wants to do. And it just makes it that much quieter, I believe so. So yeah, this is for the AMD 4. This is for the AMD 5, but it's the same thing. I seen people utilizing this specific cooler for this CPUs here. So if you guys want to take a steal from this information right here, and the Radeon graphics. Wow, this thing has 8 core, 16 thread processor. I have no clue what that is. And it has 4.6 gigahertz max boost, 3.8 gigahertz base. So what are they saying? This overclocked itself automatically? I like the stickers when they kind of have that right there, kind of like a security sticker. So maybe take a still photo out of that sticker right there, and if you don't know what that is, you can let me make it more still for you guys. Oh dear. Here, let me do that. I got it on Amazon, like I get all my stuff. Believe it or not, this was shipped to me on a bag. Can't complain anymore now. Looks like everything else is going that way now. So yeah, I mean, it's alright. I mean, it hasn't been banged up that bad. But I guess it's all in the pins. Once when I take this all out, I want to see if the pins are nice and straight and everything is alright. I don't understand why they still use pins instead of those pads that Intel employs. I think if everything went that way, it would be a little better for the CPU, because the pins, they bend, the pads, they don't bend. I mean, you gotta really do something stupid to the CPU in order for it to be damaged. While in the meantime, with the pins, you can damage it just by holding it. You can't do that with the Intels. You can't damage them by holding them. I mean, you're not gonna be dumb enough to touch the pads and contact pads, whatever you call those. So it has contacts, while this thing has pins, and I don't know, the pins, is it a pin or pin? I can't pronounce those words, like chop pin, or like if I say peak, because I know I say pick. I heard myself say pick. People are gonna go like this, oh my god, what a moron. He used the word peak instead of peak. Peeking over. I don't know what this is in here. What is it? Some hardware, more screws maybe? I don't know. Whatever, it don't matter. Keep the surface area clean, please. So yeah, I actually have one of these guys that is brand spanking new, and it's for an Intel CPU. And I stole the black, but I put it back because of the RGB. But I mean, it's back to its original. So yeah. I'm very disappointed that they're still making the brown. You know? It's like, why? Why do you still make that? Why do you still make the brown? Just get with the black. Leave it alone. Oh dear. One-handed for you guys. Struggling. Yeah, so there you go. This right here is what's gonna go in my in-win build, and hopefully I'll have better performance out of this guy versus what it has. 2400G Ryzen 5, I believe. So it probably has instead of a 7, it has a 5 here, and it's Ryzen 2400G. So I don't know. I don't know if it's the 400 series, but it has a 5 here. Every time I look at this number, I kind of base it off, like an Intel Core i5, Core i3, Core i7, Core i9 now. And so I kind of thinking this, if I put a 5 in there, it's like putting a Core i5. If I put a 7, it's like putting a Core i7. This is a 9, it'll be like a Core i9 to me. That's how I see it. I don't know what that means really. It could be totally something different. So yeah, those are nice specs, man, for a CPU, and having this Intel, what is it? CPUs that I wish they had this kind of graphics. This guy's cool. It's awesome. AMD stepping it up, man. They ain't not messing about. Intel better watch it. So anyways, the minute the M.2, it's gonna be 2 terabytes from WD. Doesn't have a heatsink or anything like that. The reason why I didn't opt it for that, I don't think it's gonna fit underneath the board if I have a heatsink on it. But there's another reason why I didn't do that, and I think it's because the controller chip that controls the whatever in there is the one that gets extremely hot, and that guy heats up the heatsink, which in turn spreads that kind of heat onto the memory module type, you know, where you keep your memory, I guess. In other words, the memory suffers due to that. And yes, you're extracting the heat out of the controller chip, but you're spreading it through your modules. And I don't know if that uh, has a performance issue, whether your hard drive it's gonna get slow, I guess, throttle to a point where it's not gonna be that fast. But these things are so fast, man. I don't even know why people are complaining, man. What kind of stuff are you doing that you requires massive gig of this or gig of that? I mean, just wait, man. I mean, really? You guys complain because some of these devices are not too powerful, with your demands that you want to be boom boom instantly, boom boom instantly. It's like you do realize that's a massive amount of data being transferred from this device onto this weirdo wires down onto whatever it is. We're talking about even if it's connected directly to the motherboard, you still, I mean, come on, man. Just be amazed that you're getting what you're getting. Don't complain. You guys are spoiled, man. I don't get spoiled. See, check this out. This is how very little I'm spoiled. I didn't upgrade this brain for my Inwin until right now. I could have upgraded it to the one that is beyond the 2400G. I could have done that one, or I could have done the one beyond that, and so on and so on. No, I actually wasn't even gonna do it until I read up on this 7, and I was having some issues with Grand Theft Auto, playing only for a certain amount of time, and then after a certain amount of time, I saw it jerking a little, but it was just a little. But that's after a couple of hours of playing, man. It's like, really? Who's gonna play for that much? I don't. But I also did it so that I can videotape the installation this time, and that way you guys can be along for the ride. So in reality, I really did it for you guys. So hopefully you guys will enjoy my work. Um, don't be dissing my video capabilities. You know how I take videos. Don't be dissing my pronunciations or my lack of understanding of these devices. You know, if you guys want to be more informed, I mean, there's always that. Is it Jay or what is his name? Or Linus. There's Tech Everything. There's um, I mean, there used to be Tech Syndicate. That guy was pretty cool as well. But there are so many YouTubers out there. There are professionals that would take all this and explain it to you guys in much detail. These videos are mostly for amateur people who may decide to take it, say, okay, that guy can do it, and he's a moron. This moron did it, and I can do it too, you know? So, moronically, I am making a video for you guys to to feel good about yourselves. And just say it like that, man. Just say it like that. If this moron can do it, I can do it too. And he's not that great. He's not that brilliant. He doesn't know what he's doing in terms of getting what and why and all that. And sometimes I looked at him. He throws things around in there, just hoping that it'll work. I don't know. Whatever. It don't matter. You diss me however you guys feel comfortable with yourselves. But the whole purpose of this videos is to have you guys do it yourselves. Don't pay anybody to do it. Just do it yourself. Grab a hold of a component, put the PC together, make it sing, make it work, program it, do the best you can, and you'll be feeling much better about yourselves every time you turn that component on. You'll be like, oh wow, that device just be like, I made that guy sing. And that's pretty much what I'm doing this for you guys to literally, get you out of your comfort zone and just do it. A lot of people say RGBs aren't upgrades. To others, they are. You may say this is not an upgrade. To me, it is. Because the one I have doesn't say 5700. It probably says Ryzen 5 2400. Well, you may even have a 4 in there. I don't know. Because I haven't looked at the box for like ever. I really don't even know what it is, really. I think it might be a 2400 Ryzen 5. So hopefully that's what I have. Or maybe a 4, I don't know. But that's another thing that I'm gonna be doing here for you guys is gonna be this. I'm not gonna be using this board because this board is like hella old now. I mean, as beautiful as it looks, cause this is a beautiful board. As beautiful as it may seem, I can't build it because I want this guy, believe it or not, to be like the Inwin. I want it to be high quality, not mid, but light gaming computer. And I'm gonna put this. Oh dear. Oh snap. Hold on, let me get this. Alright, sorry about that. Got this from Duplex. HD Plex. Is that what it's called? HD Plex. It's a 200 DC to ATX, whatever that is. You press this button and it somehow releases the little thing right there. And it's really nothing but a fancy Pico power supply. That's pretty much what it is. And I want to build something for my baby girl that is gonna be with her for college and so forth. I don't know, maybe not college, but maybe high school, or maybe just for music, cause she likes music. Maybe I should just build it with this board. Man. It does have a hell of an audio chip in there, I believe. There it is. That guy right there. And I can upgrade this. I don't know if I did it last time to that. What is it? The latest Bluetooth. Maybe you guys can put in a comment in there saying whether this guy is geared with the latest Bluetooth and latest Wi-Fi. God, my little muscles, they really hurt. This guy, let me show you guys. Right there. Oh, God, right there. That hurts. Anyways, so hopefully you guys will get to enjoy this build that I will be doing. I may use a Rockstrix Asus gaming motherboard here like the Inwin has, and put this Ryzen. Probably order another one of those guys. I want to order like maybe like 3 or 4 of those guys more, and just keep them there for, because they're really like to build something like this with that CPU right there, and the fact that I can't put a dedicated graphics card here, that is all you need for this little guy, really, and with that Pico styled HD Plex, um I'm just trying to show you guys how it releases from the motherboard. Come on. Okay, come on. See? Press and yoink, it opens up. Anyways, that guy is 200 watts, man. And the way I see it, somebody built this in the Inwin, and that guy was, seriously, was pulling at max like about 100 and some watts. And this, my friends, this unit right here is 200 watts of true clean power, the way I hear it. They're not, that they're not cheap. Trust me, they're not. But what I'm saying is, why not? It's made by this company right here. Let me show you guys. Come with all this and right there. Just a moment, please. Just a moment. Maybe you can scan that right there. Pause it, then scan it with your phones. But this is the model number, so made by this guy, HD Plex. And he has this right here, USA, Amazon. Let's see, it's brand spanking new. Here's the number, another one, assassin number, assassin number, assassin number. And you can probably scan the board too, the barcode. So yeah, do yourself a favor, man. You know, get yourselves situated here in the numbers. So just pause the video and do yourself a favor and go into their website and search for the specifics. Maybe I'll include it in the link, like in a link. And they're really nice. They just, I don't know, they're really bulky for a little enclosure like this. But if you put this, let's say you build like in a different case, maybe this guy right here will fit just perfect. I think what I'm having issues right now is the fact that the button, the power button they did in here, they put it right in the middle. And you see, as you put it right here, see, I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. Oh dear. See, as you do that right there, then you got the power button right here. And then you put it down here, see? And then this guy, it's a little bit this way. And because of that, you see? You see what I'm talking about? It's sitting on its, see, because this is how it goes. See? So yeah, so you can tell these two holes goes into those, and yeah, it's kind of like sad, man. And maybe if this button would have been maybe right here, this corner, and instead of having anything in there, it does have a USB 3.0. It's right here. It just goes like that, like that. Kind of like so, like that. So it's not a bad thing, you know. It's not like a bad case. It's just that it's limited. Like anything else, when you build small things like this, small factor builds, it kind of limits your creativity. Maybe, I don't know. Oh snap! But I love the way this board looks aesthetically. I like the look it gives it on the back. Sometimes this is more like sometimes silver looking other motherboards, although the Rockstrix from Asus, the one that Inwin has, it's black, but I like this red deal going on in there. I like the black and kind of brass looking thingy there, and the tossling. I like how they label everything in there, you know. It tells you everything, what's what and why. You know, it's so nice. Well, in other you know, shields, or I don't know what this is called, plate. What do you call this thing? motherboard shield. God, I can't hold nothing with his hands now. It's that arthritis kicking in. But yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The simple fact that this guy, it's highly on the way. This guy is really bulky. I can probably get away with installing like maybe like a smaller Pico in there that is not so bulky, and maybe that Pico can somehow be less powerful but be less bulky and utilized in some. But I love the fact that this guy is clean 200 watt, man. That is all he needs really for that Ryzen and Rockstrick, and that's gonna be a beautiful light gaming 4K home theater PC, and it's not so, and it's not so big, the footprint, and it has this right here on the top as to create a little bit more venting for this thing instead of that solid one. Why have that solid thing there? If it accumulates dust, unplug it and blow it. Why are people, why are they having so much problems, so many problems? I'm hooking things and blowing it. I mean, like, blow it, Why? What's going on? Don't do it. Don't have that problem. Unhook things up, man. Put some air in that thing, get all these dust bunnies out and plug it back in there, and the whole thing works beautifully all over again. Like if you, not new, but it'll breathe better. But yeah, my people, this might be the build. I'm probably gonna be putting this guy right here. So if I had the motherboard right now, the house is this guy, I can actually start building this guy. Just put like a 16 gigs of RAM in here for, I would say, I think that's all you need, 16 gigs. Hardly anybody uses it for, like, I don't know who would use 32 gigs or 64 or 128 gigs of RAM. You gotta be doing a lot of stuff that, if off the hook, man, when it comes to 16 gigs for the average user, that's more than 8 gigs. That's better than 0. This thing has what, 8 pin? This thing has 8 pin, but this is for the power. But it has it here. And there's another one too for a video card. So this thing can actually, power a nice video card if you are able to squeeze it in here. But instead of utilizing this PCI Express ordeal here, I'll probably utilize one of those modules to put in another M.2 for removable storage, and that will give me more storage. Because this guy, you can put a couple of SSD drives in here by Samsung Evo. Maybe I'll put a couple of 8 terabytes that giving me 16 gigs. Then underneath this motherboard, on the new one, the Rockstrick from Asus, that will house 2 terabytes underneath, and then on the top one I put the operating system, which is gonna be another 2 terabytes. Probably put a WD on the back, and on the top I'll put a 2 terabyte Pro from Samsung. Those red ones, the one that costs a little bit more, but they're better in my opinion for a lot of things. So having 4 terabytes plus 16, you're talking about this thing can have 20 terabytes. And you might say, why so much, Mercy Watts? Why so much? Because, people, I'm sick and tired of always running out of space. People putting a lot of movies in here, and then all of a sudden, boom, there's no space for it no more. They want to upgrade the movies, and they can't do it. It's disgusting. So yeah, 20 terabytes will be more than sufficient. And it's really not 20 terabytes, really, if you think about it. Every M.2 or SSD will steal you a whole bunch of gigs. So whatever is like 2 terabytes, it'll be like 1800 gigs or something like that, instead of 2000 gigs. So you're losing like almost 200 gigs. But it doesn't matter. What I'm trying to tell you guys is that the more storage something like this will have, you can take that to like a cabin. You can take it to whatever, like camping, anywhere you want to go, and that doesn't have internet, because a lot of people are like always into that streaming media. Anywhere that doesn't, like if you want to take it to Mexico, you want to take it to a place where there's no internet, you can't hang with the internet, you don't have the service you have here in the United States. You, my friend, can take this pretty much anywhere in the middle of a desert. As long as you have power, you have some movies there, man. You are your own Netflix. You are your own Hulu. You are your own YouTube. Because not only will you have family videos in there, photos and music and all that stuff, having this little square. A lot of people are like, yeah, well, I can do that with a NUC. No, I hate NUCs. I hate Intel NUCs because of the simple fact that they're small, noisy. You can't put a bigger fan on it. They're like, look at this guy right here. This fan right here is quieter. This footprint is no bigger than, I don't know. The Nook or the NUC. It's smaller in footprint, yes. But why are you complaining, man? It's not like you're gonna put a horse on your entertainment system. This thing is like hella small, man. How much smaller do you want this thing to be? Why a NUC? Those NUCs are very limited. You think a NUC is gonna have this kind of performance with this CPU here? I don't think so. Maybe, I don't know, maybe, but still, understand that something goes wrong with those stupid NUCs. You have to completely tear down the whole thing and new motherboard with everything in there, it's costly. And here, something goes wrong, maybe you can just change the motherboard itself, which is not so bad. Maybe the RAM goes bad. I don't know. It's just a little bit more flexible to fix this, guys. It's a little bit more room to breathe on. It's quieter, those NUCs can get really whiny. That's what I'm saying, man. Why do you think I built the other one in the solid state? Because the original case was whiny. It was disgusting. Horrible. No good. Yes, My 2 cents on Intel NUCs. They're small, powerful, in a little tiny package with a little whiny laptop type style cooling system. I don't want to have a shh, that kind of sound coming out of my home theater PC as I'm enjoying a movie. I want this. That. People say, well, but you can't hear it. You know, no, yes, I can. Thing about it is, I gave it a whirl, squirrel. I went in there. I didn't modify the NUC in any way, shape, or form. You know, and honestly, guys, Core i7 on a small NUC generates a lot of heat, and it has that 630 whatever graphics that they employ. What is that? Is it Prism? Whatever graphical ordeal that he has, it gets really hella hot, man. And then all of a sudden, that little tiny fan is not enough. Starts whining, and you have all sorts of issues. You want to throw it out of the window, you know. And I don't understand why they make such powerful laptops the same thing, and especially Razer. And all of a sudden, these stupid Razer laptops, they cost an arm and a legs. You have to sell one of your kidneys just to get one. And all of a sudden, they start whining a lot, man. You know, they start throttling back due to heat and stupid. Be quiet. Stop saying mercy. You don't understand. Maybe you don't know how to cool things. Right there, man. I bet if I put maybe like a bigger fan, it's gonna cool it even furthermore. This thing is gonna be almost silenced, man, by the time I'm done. By the time I'm done, even my Inwin is really silenced compared to those NUCs, Intel NUCs. Next unit of computing. Even my Inwin, that thing is perforated everywhere, man. It's like if you're gonna build a NUC, build it in a build it out of graphene. See that there you go, there you go. NUCs are strictly graphene type of a build. Like if you're gonna build everything, build it from graphene. This graphene, it doesn't generate that much heat. You know, I don't understand. I don't understand where is graphene, by the way. What happened to that technology that was supposedly create new CPUs and all sorts of stuff like that? That the heat was going to be a part of the past, and where is that at? I don't know. You guys let me know. Where is it? Where is it, people? And then you have all these OLED energy efficient. They were supposed to be better than the LCD, laser, whatever, or LED, whatever. I don't know. I don't care. Whatever. And all of a sudden, they generate a lot of heat, man. A lot of, I mean, they eat up batteries on freaking laptops, and just they're not that energy efficient. Those OLED, man. They were supposed to be energy efficient, but I mean, they look awesome and everything, but that's pretty much it. But don't call them energy efficient, because they're really not. Those OLED TVs, those OLED monitors, they're not only are they super expensive, but when it comes down to it, having an OLED screen on a laptop from Razer or HP or Dell or whatever, the battery goes down, man. What the hell? I'm just talking. I'm just saying. Don't don't be saying that a Intel NUC is better than this, and why people are building something like that when the NUC's available. And you know what? I don't like NUCs due to the fact that they're so tiny, and you can't, you know, cool them properly, man. You put a Core i7, okay, and let me tell you guys the sweet spot of a NUC, Intel NUC, next unit of computing. Core i5. In fact, I'd probably be a Core i3 right there, Core i3, sweet spot, maybe the Core i5, maybe. And that way, it won't generate that much heat. Maybe that's how people are keeping them quiet, because they don't opt for the Core i7. So I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying that Intel needs to start employing graphene CPUs, graphene RAM, graphene storage, graphene this, graphene that, and start generating all the new NUCs with this graphene technology, so that they can be very energy efficient. They can be not a little heater, and maybe they won't even put a fan on that thing. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it'll be ambient cool if you really think about it. I don't know. Whatever it is, I'm telling you straight out, this right here will cool this case a lot better than that little tiny whiny fan of a deal cooling on the Intel NUCs employ. That stupid laptop whiny fan. Right there, quiet. In here, will be quiet. You can even make it more quiet. You understand? With that little wire. That's all I'm saying, man. Don't be dissing my builds. Don't be saying that a NUC is better than this. Because in my opinion, this our geek case may not be positioned well with this centerized type power ordeal in there. Because they know, what the hell. Over here, that would have been perfect right here. Ticket, 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 ticket. Instead of right here in the middle, man. In the middle right here, they should have put nothing, and underneath right here, put another, maybe like, this is where an IR, or maybe something like another USB 2.0, 2.0 would go here, or maybe USB Type C right here, man. Some like that, Because some of those boards are gearing Type C motherboard headers. This thing, does it have a Type C? No, this is USB 3.0. That's it. Maybe that's why I put this board here. But that's all I'm saying. Anyways, enough of my ranting, and I want to wish you guys the best. Remember, you guys are one people, unify with each other. At the hell with this wars and all this I'm better than yours mentality, because nobody is. We live in the same planet, and we are one people. If you really want to be against something, be against freaking insects, all these viruses who are trying to kill us all. Okay? Don't don't think you're better than nobody, because you're really not. I already told you what makes you better. The way you treat others with respect. I have made a lot of mistakes in my past, and I had treated people terribly in the past. And I feel really bad about it, man. I really do. So learn from Mercy Watts. Treat others like you want to be treated, because no amount of sorries will change the way you hurt them. Trust me. You will have a hole in your heart the size of the Grand Canyon in Mars, because of the simple fact that you hurted these individuals far too long sometimes. And that goes for anybody. That goes for family members, friends. Don't help each other. There's so much money in the world for everybody to live comfortably for the rest of their natural existence. And a lot of people say, we have enough people in this world causing all sorts of problems, stuff like that. And they go into classifications of people. Really? Really, people? Just because certain people were lucky enough to be born in families that their ancestors were savage enough to kill others for their resources and so forth, that is shameful. That to me is like enjoying a massacre all over again. And how dare you start saying that others are not to par when it comes to your standards? There's all these computers here, and some computers are better than others. Yes, it's true, but they're still computers. They still perform. People are kind of like, so. But I'm gonna tell you straight out, just like computers, with the right upgrades, that computer can become almost similar to what you're thinking, or what you have, or what you are. Just think about that. People, just like this computer, can upgrade. They can get better. All they need is the opportunity, the components to get better. And if they get it, they'll have a better brain. They'll be able to see better. They'll keep cool. You take the cooling option of a person, they overheat. Then there's a lot of problems. You're creating unnecessary stress on that individual due to the simple fact that you took away their cooling capabilities. That could be schools or educational, food, water, basic needs, stuff like that. Don't matter. What I'm saying is, nobody's better than somebody, man. The only reason that you are smarter than that individual is because you have the opportunities to be smart. Somebody actually send you to to school and gave you all the components and kind of like this computer, the components are there. These people didn't have these opportunities. A lot of people saying there's a lot of people. I say there aren't enough people because they're afraid that the wrong kind of people will multiply and take the resources that they're sometimes throw away. You know how much food gets thrown away every year, every day, every month, every week? All because that food is congregated only for certain individuals, and that food is no longer edible due to the fact that food does spoil if you don't eat it right away. So it's too much for a group of people, and they have all this food and they need to throw it away. Nobody likes talking about these things because it's depressing. Nobody likes talking about sharing because you're afraid that you are contributing to the explosion of a certain race. Saying, oh, these guys are gonna multiply and create all sorts of problems for me or my children in the future. Like certain individuals, they say that there's other people that do this and that, or they want to come to this country or whatever, due to the simple fact that they are problematic. You ever stop and think about it, why they're problematic? Because, my friends, the United States of America is really not a country. It's the land of opportunity for many, 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 many races, many people that came seeking freedom from normal things, from other countries. And now you want to enclose it when nobody enclosed it for you. You came over and took it. And now that you have it, you don't want to share it. This is what makes America so great. The simple fact that it was here for the taking, but not just you, but everybody who could come here. In other words, we massacre the people who really own America just so that we can occupy it and say, this is our land now. That's what happened. And in doing so, now that we have it, we forgot how we acquired it. And it's not that we forgot, it's that certain individuals teach, their children that this is their stuff, their land, their country, or people fight over it, or they fight for it so that they can continue to be free. Other countries aren't free because sometimes this country and other countries that can take resources from those countries, utilize them to make this country great. And now that they're great, others come and seeking that greatness. So you see, my people, by becoming too great, you did not leave enough for the world, because you took it from the world to bring it to a certain location, and now the world is coming here looking for their stuff. China's doing the same thing too. And eventually these people are going to realize that they made the same mistake the United States made. With the exception that the government of that place keeps everybody, how they keep them. I'm not going to say it because I don't want to get thrown into an argument or how these people treat their own people. But the United States of America is not a country. It's never been a country. It's been a land of opportunity for many races, like I say, to come over and be free finally from gangsters and hoodlums and governments that really want to hurt them. Think about it. You think if a group of people has it real good in their country, they want to come here? Think about what you have here to offer. You have lots of desert. People work their whole life for whatever. Because ever since I've been here, it's always work, 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 work. It's never ending. It's just work. It's always work. And then you guys take vacation to countries where people live there. But to us, it's vacation. Maybe the beaches are better, or I don't know. This is the way I think it should be. And hopefully you guys can call me out saying that I'm a dreamer. But I think that all the Americas should unite because they have something in common. The name, America. I believe that Mexico, Central America, South America, North America, Canada, they should just unite and be one country. And then because everything is under one single government, all these other little countries will prosper from the collective. So there's no need to move here, there, and there, whatever. You can travel if you want, and you can actually move if you want. But once you're there, I mean, you're here and all that, you're probably gonna move back. And then the United States of America can go and position all sorts of weaponry or defense systems all over throughout the Americas to make this whole side of the country great and powerful, and nobody can mess with the Americas unless they wanna get it, really ugly, I guess. I don't know. And all this exodus, all this nonsense will end. All these immigrants, all this nonsense that people want to do this and that to them due to the simple fact that they come here because they're sick and tired of their situation. Governments are nasty, and you say, oh, we'll fix it. All right, You give the advice to these people, fix your government. Well, how come you don't fix yours? Right? Think about it. You call the United States the greatest country in the world, which it is. But you have certain problems. You know, you got two parties that are at each other's throat like they were actually living in separate countries. And that hurts the American people. You know? They play their little stupid game every 4 years or whenever. And the ones that suffer are the American people, just because if people start talking nonsense to earn your vote. You know? They shouldn't be lying to you, or they shouldn't be making things up on each other just to get your vote. You know, they shouldn't be exaggerating things or saying, oh, this guy is this way or this guy's the other way or whatever, you know. Vote for me because I'm better than this guy. You're both Americans, man. How can you say that? How can you say that about your fellow American? You're both great. You live in a great world, like in a great country, and if it's so great, why are you having these disputes? You know? I don't think Republicans are better than Democrats or Democrats are better than Republicans because they're both Americans. But what I do believe where the problem lies is greed. Greed is at the root of all these issues. You know? Power. Really? Does anybody really have powers without hurting the ones that really they're supposed to represent or care for? You know, they say don't do unto others as they don't want to do unto you. They don't like to be spied on. How come they're doing that? You know? They don't like a lot of things to be done unto them, but how come they do it to the normal American people? And they can deny it. They can say, oh, we don't do that, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's say you don't, but you know you do. It's like, what's up, man? Why lie? You know, don't lie. You can expect that from countries like that. They don't care about their people. But this is the reason why this country is so divided. The simple fact that you guys do that to yourself unnecessarily. Don't. You know, when I got brought over here, I was brought against my will. A lot of people tell me, well, how come you don't leave? If you don't like it here, you know, if you don't like America. No, it's not that I don't like America. It's not that I hate America. It's that I really didn't want to come here because I was very happy in my country. I was just a little kid. I had no choice. And now that I'm here, I get all this looks and all this nonsense. And if I speak Spanish, people keep looking at me weird like if I committed a crime of some sort. When in reality, I should be praised for it because I speak two languages. I speak English and I speak Spanish. And that should be a leg up if you really think about it. But instead of a leg up, it's actually more of a detrimental, or I don't know. Everybody, I believe, makes this country great. And we can't be separating each other by classes, all because, you know, they taught us to do that since we were young. These people that did this, man, they're long gone. Why are we still following the idiotic mentality of separating our brothers and sisters? You know? Why are we still at it and saying, oh, that guy is not suitable? You know, he's an animal, or he's this, or he's that. When in reality, that guy's just as smart as you, or smarter. You know, it depends. And then these immigrants comes and they risk everything. They risk it all, man. They risk life. They get robbed along the way. And people, all they can say is, well, they shouldn't be doing that. They shouldn't be coming into a country where they know they're not wanted. And also because of the simple fact that it's not their country. I told you, United States is not a country. It's a place to come when you are persecuted by governments and you don't feel safe, and gangs and thugs, murderers, whatever you want to call that, are pretty much ruling the entire sector where you're at. You know, and all the reason why they do this is because this country is so great and they consume a lot of drugs. And because they consume a lot of drugs and the American people buy this drug, they have created a vicious cycle in which now these poor countries suffer the consequences of this country's addiction. So you see, my people, you are the cause of these people suffering. And they don't want to come here. Believe me, they don't. But the reason they do is because This country has developed a lot of police and many different agencies to deal with this drug issue. And all sorts of crimes. They don't come here to steal your job, people. They just want to live. They don't want to die in their country because they're being massacred. And you are not a country. Okay, you came here because the King of England was not allowing you guys to be free. There's a lot of criminals that came here because they were sent to the New World because they couldn't hack it over there because they were not viable entities. In other words, they thought of these ancestors of yours as you think of these people coming here. With the exception that your ancestors were indeed criminals being sent by the king, you know, of those times. But they made it here and they made a life and they were happy, and then the massacre started of the native population. Now, is it me or am I the only one who can accept the fact that that really happened? Or do you guys read a different story or different history? That's all I'm asking, man. Do you, I mean, because I took world history and I took American history in high school. I remember that. So, did I read this? Did I read them incorrectly? Or were you actually sent to the New World because there was a lot of criminals that needed to be sent here? You know, being exiled from whatever. And also, a lot of families needed to be freed from persecution because they couldn't, you know, worship the Lord the way they wanted to. And now that you have the freedom and you found the freedom to worship the Lord, doesn't that make it so that you should give the freedom to others to live? And because you guys got a lot of deserts here, man. See, Mexico and Honduras and Salvadorian and all these people, they have a lot of jungle. If these countries unite and become part of the United States, they can be states, and you guys will have lots of jungle fruits here for you know, very little price. Fruits that will help you live a little bit longer because of their antioxidant, whatever. Antioxidants. The properties that will make your tissue and organic life forms be more productive. You know, mangoes and guayabas and whatever, you know, all this papayas and pineapples and yuca, that root is really delicious. Stuff like that. These countries can offer you guys resources. I say unite, man. Become one. Okay? They don't have stable government. You do. You guys need resources. They have them. Everybody wins. And since they're part of the United States of America now, they don't need to move here. They can just stay over there. See what I'm saying? They can come and visit if they want and stay if they want, but I tell you one thing, once they're part of the United States will make an effort to, well, I don't know. Well, there's Puerto Rico. Maybe you guys do have something about brown people. I don't know. Maybe it's too seeded into your psychics to, you know, look down on other races for some reason. I don't know. But the thing about it is, military wise, strategically, whatever you want to call that, it's a bonus. Having these territories to protect the United States from invasions and all this stuff, it's a plus, because if you really think about it, I mean, they can come through Mexico. They can come through these countries, whoever wants to do harm to the greatest nation on earth, because you guys are so great, they want to make you guys ungreat. And they can come through these poor countries, offer them whatever, and then now the enemy has strategically, people in these countries instead of actually American owning these countries. And I don't know. I just think it's wise and smart to do that. I don't even know why I'm explaining these things to you guys. I'm thinking military wise, it's smarter to have your people in control of these countries than have other countries controlling them, like China or Russia or whatever. Anybody who doesn't have whatever your kind of way of thinking. I don't know. Although Russia, they're kind of cool, and they're from northern part of the world. So you guys pretty much are almost the same. You guys are similar. You guys both white, and because you guys are white, shouldn't that make it unification? So imagine if Russia joins you and the United States, they join together and they form a powerful country on the northern part of the world, and then United States will be part to all the Americans, and then Russia can unite with China or whatever, or partner with China to control that part of the country. I mean, not country. I mean, part of the world in there. But not even controlling, really. It's more of looking after the well-being of everybody. Something happens, they can be there closer and taking care, because it doesn't always have to be about war, people, or devastation or destruction of this and that. Can always be about helping too. What is wrong with helping? That's my question to you all. What is wrong with helping? Think about it. God helped you guys every day. He gave you this earth for free. He didn't charge you a penny. Then he gave you your body for free. So you can eat for free. All you had to do was work here and there to get the mangoes and get the papayas and get all the apples and whatever, you know. You guys are the one who made all this money nonsense, man. You guys are the ones who invented thieves and invented criminals, man, because of the simple fact that you guys created all these problems. I'm not saying the United States, I'm talking about humans. Okay? Humans invented all this nonsense. God didn't want us to be like that. So what? Are we just gonna like be nice to each other only when it suits us? Have we forgotten what Jesus said? Love one another as I loved you. Have you forgotten the 10 Commandments? Just remembering those two things that I just mentioned right now, 10 Commandments and what Jesus said, that would fix pretty much all the problems in the world. And if you don't believe these things, then get rid of all these churches, man. Do it. Get rid of all those churches and build home for the homeless in all this land owned by the churches. Take all their money and distribute it to the poor. Alright? That's what I'm saying, man. Together we can move forward in building things outside this blue marble of a planet so that we can continue living, because one day the earth is not going to be here no more. It could be a meteor, it could be a virus, or whatever, you know. We need to move. We need to keep moving, people. Yes, this is a long video and it has nothing to do with computers only. It has to do with the simple fact that I wanted to make a computer in relation to what society and everybody is all about, you know, and the way we view each other. And that way you view these computers as you view you guys as, you know, achievements, meaning that if you put the right components on this case, it'll perform, versus if you don't. Upgrading meaning help others, because they could invent a cure for something that you probably don't know, because your way of thinking will not allow you to do this. And not everybody's lazy. So, alright, people, just think about what I'm saying. Hopefully that will kickstart a little bit of what you have heard in many multiplicity of times from even God himself and Jesus himself, telling you guys what it's all about. Because when you die, when you get out of here, you don't take nothing. Okay, if that's the case, so what you left are just problems? Think how many people that are great or work great are no longer with us. And now we have all these new problems, and all these other people that we thought that weren't good or they were less than humans could have invented the cure for the virus that we have on right now, or even cancer or Alzheimer's or dementia or whatever, you know. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a dreamer, like John Lennon said. But I'm sure I'm not the only one. And I hope someday we all be one. Peace out. Mercy Watts out. Enjoy the upgrades that I'm gonna be doing till the end. When hopefully that brings you guys a little bit of understanding from my builds. And if you don't want to listen to the words I said before, I don't feel bad about it, because if you didn't listen to Jesus or God Himself, what makes me think that you guys will listen to me? Peace out. Mercy Watt out. Bye.